رہن دیکھا وہ بولی خاک میں مل جاؤں گی نہ پہنوں گی پدر کے مردے کو جنگل میں بے کفن پدر کے مردے کو جنگل میں بے کفن دیکھا سلامی جس نے جب لٹ کے کربلا سے اسیر ستم چلے سجاد سربرین بدر دو علم چلے روتے سروں کو پیٹتے پابند غم چلے زینب نے لاش جیسے کہا بھائی زینب نے لاش جیسے کہا بھائی چلے مرنے سے آپ کے میں یہ ایزا اٹھاتی ہوں دربار میں یزید کے سر ننگے جا دربار میں یزید کے سر ننگے جا میرے مسافر کرب و بلا حسین ہے میرے غریب میرے ملقا حسین ہے تجھے نہ پانی کا خطرہ ملا حسین اے تمام دن تیرا ٹکڑے ہوا ہے تمام دن تیرا ٹکڑے ہوا پیاسے گلے پہ خنجرے بیدار چل گیا اے تڑپ تڑپ کے تیرا دم نکال اے تڑپ تڑپ کے تیرا دم نکال گیا لے نوالی کی بذات تجھے ملی اے کربلا خدا کی امانت تجھے ملی اے خاک میرے ماں کی ریاضت تجھے ملی لے اے زمین شمع امامت تجھے لے اے زمین شمع امامت تجھے ملی دامن تیرا بھرا میری کھیتی اجڑ گئی سرحد میں تیرے بھائی سے زینب سرحد میں تیرے بھائی سے زینب سرحد میں تیرے بھائی سے زینب بچھڑ گئی
پر محمد وآل محمد صلوات
Those brothers who are still outside, please come inside. Now I will request Sheikh Jalil to come on the member. For Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. At this time, on behalf of Idara Jafariya, I would thank everybody who has come, traveled from far places. May Allah bless you. Bibi Fatima will give you the ajr. All we can say, thank you very much.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدي وحبيبي ونور قلبي وثمرة فؤادي تب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الهاديين المهديين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. قال الله العلي العظيم في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تركنوا إلى الذين ظلموا فتمسكم النار صدق الله العلي العظيم. One of the customs of Quran, or the custom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, anytime He wants to address something, He has different style of doing it, depending on what the issue is or what Allah wants to address. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, when He wants to forbid certain things, He tells you, don't do this. For example, وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَ الْيَتَامَى, do not eat the money of orphans. Straight to the point. For example, it tells you, do not eat haram. وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَكُمْ بَيْنَكُمْ بِالْبَاطِلِ, don't eat each other's money wrongly. Tells you directly. But when the matter is so severe, so important, the way Allah addresses is completely different. For example, you come to the Quran, Allah wants to address about zina. Allah doesn't say, وَلَا تَزْنُوا. There is no ayah in the Quran, Allah said, لَا تَزْنِي. There's no such thing. He takes a different measure where He tells you, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Why? Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala completely changed the tone. So do not go even close to it. Doesn't tell you don't do it. No, it said don't even go close to this act, right? To tell you how severe this act could be, right? Now the same thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here in this ayah, the ayah we just read, Allah said, وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. One of the most dangerous acts in Islam is to do dhulm, injustice, right? For that matter, when Allah comes to talk about dhulm, He doesn't say وَلَا تَظْلِمُوا. He said وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. He wants to tell you don't do dhulm, but He doesn't come to say don't do dhulm. No, it tells you لَا تَرْكَن. الرُّكُون in Arabic is to lean on something, right? So Allah used the expression وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. Do not lean on those who happen to be the oppressors. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah say, La tarkan, that you a Muslim, do not lean on them. Don't take them as a leaders. Don't take them as a masters. Don't work with them. Anything that makes you to link with them, Allah say, don't do that. No? And that's what. That is the ayah. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. Any zalim, Allah say, I don't want you to lean on them. Right? Now the question comes, what will happen if I lean on the zalim? If I link myself to him? Allah say, listen to the ayah. It says, فَتَمَسَّكُمْ النَّارِ. Allah said, the result of linking yourself to a zalim is that you will end up in the hellfire with him. That's the result. لا تركنوا فتمسكم. If you lean on them, you work with them, you link with them, Allah said the end of them is the same like your end. There's no difference, right? That's called al-dhulm. Now you come to the Arabic. What is the meaning of dhulm? Al-dhulm in Arabic, they say Adamu wada'u shay'i fi mawdi'i. When you don't put things where they belong to. That's called dhulm. Right? Things Allah created, they have their position. If you misposition them, it's called dhulm. If you put things in the order the way they're supposed to be put, it's called al-adl. That is how they work. And this dhulm in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fought it so much. Any kind of dhulm is absolutely not acceptable in Islam. And you come to the Quran. Quran tells us there are three kinds of dhulm. There is 1, 2, 3 dhulm in the Quran. Number one of the worst of all the dhulm is to do dhulm to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A servant of Allah can do dhulm to Allah. Which means what? A dhulm here is not that I oppress Allah. No, you put Allah where He doesn't belong, that is dhulm to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah belongs to certain position, I misplace Allah or I put Allah in certain place, is called dhulm to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of that dhulm is called ash-shirku billah. And you read in Surah Luqman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling, Luqman is telling his son, he says, Ya bunayya la tushrik billah, inna shirka la dhulmun azim. Sulaiman is telling us, Prophet Luqman is telling his son, oh my son, don't do dhulm to Allah. Why? He said, because if you associate Allah with anything, that is a dhulm to Allah, and that dhulm is the greatest dhulm you can do to anybody. That is called al-dhulm lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is one. Number two, there's another dhulm also, which is called al-dhulm al-ghayr, injustice or to oppress others. And this mostly, it happened the highest people, they oppress on the weakest one. Right? I am the authority, I oppress somebody who's underneath of me. And this can come in all of levels. Sometimes I can be a boss at my job, right? Because everybody's under me, so I can oppress somebody because of my power. Allahu Akbar. And this can be in all levels. Sometimes you can be a zalim by your speech, the way you talk to your workers. Zulm. I am the boss. Even though I am the boss, I supposed to talk to my workers with respect because they are not slaves of me. I treat them the way I want to be treated because Ahlul Bayt, they design the way we're supposed to treat with each other. Doesn't matter if you are the boss or he is the boss. Doesn't matter, because Imam Ali made it clear. He said, Ij'al nafsaka mizanan. Let yourself be a mizan, a scale, right? بينك وبين غيرك, between you and yourself. He said, أحبب لغيرك ما تحب لنفسك وَكْرَهَ لَهُ مَا تَكْرَهَ لَهُ. Imam Ali said, let yourself be a scale. Always scale yourself, right? He said, look at yourself, what you like for yourself. He said, want the same thing for others. What you dislike for yourself, he said, dislike for others at the same level. That is Imam Ali. That's the mizan. So if I'm a boss, do I want anybody to mistreat me? Of course not. So Ahlul Bayt, don't mistreat others. Even verbally, you're not allowed to do that, right? And that is why you see Imam Ali alayhi salam, his wali in Yemen, Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, one of the great companions. Imam Ali put him as a wali in Yemen. Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, he was a little abusive by word. When people come to him for any disagreement or dispute, he always raised his voice. Imam Ali heard, he sent him a letter. Ya Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, you're not longer in that position. Why? I'm a bad person. He wrote back to Imam Ali, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, hal khunt? Did I kill somebody? Did I do something? Imam Ali replied to him, Ya Abu al-Aswad al-Du'ali, anta ni'ma ar-rajul. You're a good person. Walakin, however, balagani anna sawtaka ya'lu sawt al-khasmain. Your only problem you have, you abuse people when they come to your court for any judgment. And in my court, my leadership, even a master, a leader, a governor is supposed to come down and be in the same level with the other people. That's the teaching of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. That is called dhulm. Dhulm, but what? Abusive by words. But then there is another one, mu'amala, action, the way you deal with somebody. Sometimes it happens with a man and his wife. Sometimes a man with his children. Sometimes at school. Sometimes in every place. Right? And that is why Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they gave us also a mizan. When you go out, right? Doesn't matter. They know you, they don't know you. They gave you mizan. They gave you a scale how to deal with other people. Right? Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam tells you. He said, wherever you go, doesn't matter. He said, كونوا زينا لنا ولا تكونوا شينا علينا. Wherever you go, I said, let act in a way that people when they look at you, they look the beauty of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. From where? From your action, the way you deal with them, the way you interact with people. When they look at you, they don't know. Hulaika Shi'atu Ja'far. In one of the hadith, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, he said, deal with people in a way that when they see you, they point at you. They say, these are the Shia of Ja'far. They're different. The way they deal with people, the way they talk. That is Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Not only that, in every level of life, one's supposed to take Ahlul Bayt as an example in the role model. Right? This also is considered one of the dhulm that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like. And that is why when you go to the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, when Ibrahim al-Khalil alayhi salam, when he wanted, Allah made him imam. Inni ja'iluka linnasi imama. He asked Allah, wa min dhurriyati, ya Allah, my family also. Now listen to Allah's answer to him. Allah said, la yanalu ahdi al-zalimin. Any person in your family who happen to be a zalim, he said, he does not deserve my divine responsibility. Any person who is imam, ma'soom, supposed to be free of dhulm. That is called al-dhulm al-ghayr. That's number 2. Number 3 is called al-dhulm al-nafs. When a person commit injustice to themselves. And any sin that we commit is considered dhulm al-nafs. And that is why you read in Dua Kumail, Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, ظَلَمْتُ نَفْسِي وَتَجَرَّعْتُ بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي, and so on. But the point is, ظلمت نفسي, that I did zulm to myself. How did I do zulm to myself? With the action that I'm doing, sin, every kind of sin is dhulm lin-nafs. Now the point is that in Islam, in Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, they encourage us not to do dhulm to any person under any circumstance. And that's why Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said, Wallahi law u'titu al-akalim as-sab'a. Allahu Akbar. When I want all the leaders of the world would listen to the saying of this Imam Ali. What did he say? He said, law u'titu al-akalim as-sab'a. If I am to be given 7 continents, Imam Ali said, 7 continents, not 1. Right? And look at the world today, they have just tiny part of the world. Right? Not 1 continent, no, they're just tiny continent. Tiny part of the country, and what do? They do dhulm to every human being they can, for their own self, right? Now Imam Ali said, لَوْ أُعْطِيتُ الْأَقَالِيمَ السَّبَعِ. If I'm given 7 continents of the world to be in charge and to be the leader, he said, أَلَا أَنْ أَسْلُبَ, and in return I have to pull, right, a wing of an ant, a wing, just to pull the wing of the ant wrongly, unjustly. They say, Masana. He said, I don't want that. Allahu Akbar. Imam Ali said, I don't want that. Any kind of anything that you want to give me. Today, how many people kill each other lives just because they want to sit on the chair, they want to be the president, right? How many people kill innocent life just because they want to get some money? Now Imam Ali tells us, he said, I don't want anything if it has something or a smell of dhulm or injustice to anybody. Right? And you go to Imam Ali, when they invited him to become the leader, Imam Ali alayhi salam said to the people, to the crowd in Nahj al-Balagha, he said, Wallah, he said, I swear by Allah, he said, inna khilafatakum hadhihi, this khilafah that you calling me to, he said, la tusawi indi aftatu anz. It doesn't worth the booger that comes from the nose of an animal to me. If that leadership will be based on injustice, I don't want it. It's a illa, except an uqima al-haq, establish the truth and establish the justice. He said, then it has value to me, because in that matter is the service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then it does something to me, then it makes something to me. But other than that, I don't have anything to do with anything that this khilafah. That is Imam Ali alayhi salam. But you know, one thing I want us to learn, brothers and sisters. You know, when you go to the Quran, there is so many words called zalim. So many. Alright? Even some of the Prophet, they call themselves, they did dhulm, like Prophet Adam alayhi salam in the Quran. I say, Rabbi, inna rabbana zalamna anfusana. Wa illam takfir lana. Adam alayhi salam, after he was sent out of the heaven, he made this dua, Rabbana zalamna anfusana. Right? There is so many words in the Quran referring to zalim. But you know, there is only one word in the Quran that is known as madloom. The whole Quran, only one time Quran madloom is mentioned. Check the Quran and see. Right? But the zalim, there is uncountable in the Quran. Why? Because there are so many zalimeen, but madloom is always one, because they are always being madloom because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a zalim because of money. There is a zalim because of power. Somebody can be zalim because of himself. Somebody can be zalim because of power, because of so many reasons. But any madloom is madloom for the sake of one reason, and that is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's only one madloom. And that title madloom is given to all Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. That title madloom is all of them. For example, you go to Imam Ali alayhi salam, called madloom Imam Ali, because look at his life. He was madloom. He spent all his life in serving Islam, and at the end, in the salat, he was attacked and killed madlooman. That is Imam Ali alayhi salam. That is why Imam Ali, on the day of his shahada, they brought Muljim al-La'in, and you look at him, he said, Ya Muljim, alam akun ni'mal imam lak. Wasn't I a good leader to you? Did I oppress you? Didn't I feed you? Didn't I clothe you? Didn't I give you anything that you needed? Allahu Akbar. And then his answer to Imam Ali, Ya Ali, afa anta tunqidhu man fin nar. Can you save anybody going to hellfire? He said to Imam Ali alayhi salam. Now that is Imam Ali madloom. You come to Zahra alayhi salam. Allahu Akbar. Madlooma Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Zahra alayhi salam. She is one of the madloomat that she mentioned by her with herself about her dhulm. After Rasulullah, she said, Ya Rasulullah, subbat alayya masa'ibun law annaha subbat ala al-ayyam sirna layaliya. Say, Ya Rasulullah, where are you to see the dhulm that we're going through? Ya Rasulullah, the dhulm that we're going through, if those dhulm are to be placed on a day, the day will have turned to night and darkness, Ya Rasulullah. Right? The dhulm of Zahra alayhi salam didn't even stop there. It goes further. That when Zahra was to cry, they told her she's crying too much, she shouldn't cry. Imam Ali alayhi salam have to build the Baytul Ahzan, a special place for Zahra, because she can cry. Zahra alayhi salam, she used to go to the grave of the Prophet. Ma liman yashummu turbat al-ahmadan. I said, when she take the grave, the sand from the grave of the Prophet, and she starts smiling it. She said, Aynaka ya Rasulullah, where are you ya Rasulullah, to see what is happening to your daughter and to Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And the zulm of Zahra and the oppression of Zahra still continues. The Zahra alayhi salam, after her shahada, she said to Imam Ali, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, wa'afi mawdi'a qabri. Make sure that my grave is not known to anybody, so that I can tell Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt about my oppression that I went through. Because ana maqtool, I was killed, and not just me, Ya Rasulullah, even my infant, my baby Al-Muhsin was killed. And not only that, qutiltu maksur al-dhala, I was killed by broken bone, Ya Rasulullah. Not only that, Ya Rasulullah, not just me, all my children, they also madloomin, Ya Rasulullah. That is Fatima alayhi salam. You come to Al-Hasan alayhi salam, was madloom Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. You come to Hussein, that is his title, madloom Hussein. Right? Because Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam has so many titles. One of his titles, Al-Madloom. One of them is Gharib. Because Imam Hussein He was from Hijaz. He was brought to Iraq against his will. Gharib al-Ghuraba. Imam al-Rada alayhi salam Gharib. All Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, they are Ghuraba. But the worst of all is Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Where Imam Hussein alayhi salam was brought to Karbala against his will. And he said to the enemies, he said, allow me to go back to my city. I said, Wallahi, inni ma kharajtu li'aqtula rajulun minkum, wala rajulun minkum qatalt. I said, I didn't come here to kill anybody. No, I've killed anybody among you. I said, why don't you let me go back? They said, no, Ya Hussein, you're not going back. Imam Hussein alayhi salam, not just him, every one of his family was madloom. Zahra alayhi salam, the narration stated that the day that Zahra gave birth to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Jibreel came. I said to Zahra alayhi salam, to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, assalamu alayk. Peace be upon you, Ya Rasulullah. But there is a message I brought to you, Ya Rasulullah. What is the message, Ya Jibreel? Jibreel said, Ya Rasulullah, al-Aliyul A'la yukri'uka as-salam. He sent salam to you, Ya Rasulullah. But at the same time, he's giving his condolences to you. Rasulullah said, what is the matter? Why condolences? Today's a happy day. I have a son, Hussein. I said, Naam ya Rasulullah, walakin ibnuka hadha sayuqtal. This son will be killed, madhluman. Who will be killed? Allahu Akbar. When Jibreel was telling Rasulullah, Az-Zahra was listening to that news. She was listening to every word Jibreel was telling Rasulullah. After that she came to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, ma alladhi yasna'u bi waladi al-Husayn? What will happen to him? I say, Ya Zahra, al-an khabarani, qala li Jibreel أن الحسين سيقتل بأرض يقال له كربلاء. That Jibreel told me this your son will be killed in a land called Karbala. Then Zahra asked, Ya Rasulullah, وَمَنْ الَّذِي يَقْتُلُ? Who are those people who will kill them? I say, جَمَاعَةٌ لَا أَرَاهُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرٌ. A group of people, Allah will never let them see a good in their life. I say, what else? Then Zahra asked a grave question. Ya Rasulullah, وَهَلْ تَكُونُ حَتَّى تَبْكِي عَلَيْهِ? Will you be there, Ya Rasulullah, to cry for the dhulm that will happen to Hussein? Rasulullah said, La ya Zahra, I will not be there. Then Rasulullah, Zahra asked, Ya Rasulullah, وَهَلْ يَكُونُ أَمِيرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ? Will Imam Ali live long to see the tragedy? I said, La ya Zahra, he will not live long to see the tragedy. Then Zahra asked, Ya Rasulullah, وَهَلْ أَعِيشُ حَتَّى أَرَى? Would I live longer to see the tragedy? The Prophet said, La ya Zahra, anti sari'atul lihaq. You are the first one among my Ahlul Bayt who will meet me in Barzakh. Then he asked, Wa kayfa al-Hasan? He said, no, al-Hasan will not live longer to see it. Then Zahra asked, Ya Rasulullah, wa man yabki ala waladi al-Husayn? Who will be there to cry for Hussein on the day of tragedy? Then Rasulullah said, Ya Zahra, inna Allah sayakhluqu qawman. Allah will create a group of people, muhabbi al-Husayn. They will be the lovers of Hussein. Sayabkuna alayhi layl wa nahar. They will cry for him day and night. Allahu Akbar. And you know the leaders of those who cry for Hussein is Imam al-Zaman. You know when he said, Wallahi sa'abki alayka sabahan wa masa'an. Imam al-Hujjah said to Hussein, I said, I will cry you not just once a day. No, I'll cry you twice a day. And I will not cry you tears. I said, وَلَأَبْكِيَنَّ عَلَيْكَ بَدَلَ الدُّمُوعِ دَمًا. And I will cry instead of tears, I will cry blood for you, Hussein. Allahu Akbar. Az-Zahra alayhi salam, she looked and said, Ya Rasulullah, wa kayfa Zainab? Zainab will live longer to see the tragedy of Karbala? Then Rasulullah said, Bala ya Zahra, wa innaha ummul masa'ib. Not only that, she will be the mother of masa'ib. All the tragedy that will happen to us, she will live to witness all of that. Allahu Akbar. She will witness the tragedy of Rasulullah. She will witness the tragedy of Amir al-Mu'mineen, al-Zahra, al-Hasan, and on top of them al-Husayn alayhi salam. And the narration said on the day of Ashura, she stood until the Zainabiyya, she looked left and right,
and she was calling, Ya Hussein. There was no answer. Allahu Akbar. And on the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein used to give a signal that he's still alive when he says, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Zainab, when she hears this, she knows Imam Hussein is still alive. She didn't hear the call, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. She came until the Zainabiyya, she stood there, she made a call. Al-Hussein, Ya Aba Abdullah. There is no call. Allahu Akbar. She looked left and right. There is no sign of Hussein. She runs to the battlefield. She was looking around. She saw Imam Hussein was laying down. She looked at him. She said, Ya Aba Abdullah, Yawmun ala thara wa yawmun ala sadri Rasulillah. She said, one day you are on the chest of the Prophet, and today you are laying on the ground in the middle of desert. Allahu Akbar. Hussein look at her. He said, أختي زينب, oh my sister Zainab, زدتيني كربا فوق كربي. She said, I have increased my sorrow by looking at you and see you in this situation. He said, ارجعي, please go back and take care of the children. And who are those children? One of them is Sukaina, salamullahi alayha. Sukaina, Imam Hussein alayhi salam called her Sukaina because she is the comfort of the heart of Hussein salamullah alayhi. Because Imam Hussein made a dua, Allahumma rzuqni bintan, Allah give me a daughter, Allah askunu ilayha wa taskunu ilayha. That when I look at her, she'll become comfortable. She'll comfort to me and I'm comfort to her. Ya Rasulullah, Ya Allah. Allah gave her Sukaina and Imam Hussein gave her Sukaina. Sukaina will not eat without Imam Hussein next to her. She will not sleep without Imam Hussein next to her until on the day of Ashura. The narration stated, and the narrator stated that I was standing looking at the tragedy, and I saw a little girl was coming from the tent. She was running from one place to another. Hamid ibn Muslim said, I started running behind her, and I saw her, and when she saw me, she said, Ya Rajul ma turid. She said, what do you want, man? I said, Wallahi la shay, wa innama an-naru ra'aytuha fa aradtu an akhmidaha. I saw a fire on your dress and I want to turn it off. Allahu Akbar. And you know, this is the worst scene to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Imam Ja'far alayhi salam, he said, the day that they attacked his house, he was crying. And his companion came, he said, Yabna Rasulillah, why are you crying? I said, Wallah, I was crying for one scene that I saw on that day. What did you see, Ya Sayyidi? She said, I saw my daughters was running from one room to another. فَتَذَكَّرْتُ سُكَيْنَ يَوْمَ عَاشُورَا. Then I remembered the tragedy of Ahlul Bayt on the day of Ashura, when Sukaina was running from one place to another. I said, فَكَسَرَ قَلْبِي. And I had a broken heart when I saw that scene on the day they attacked my house. Sukaina alayhi salam, she said to the man, اخمد النار, turn off the fire. The man set off the fire. After that, then she said to him, Ya Rajul, هل لك من الماء? Do you have any water with you? Then the man said, لا والله ما عندي من الماء ولكن الماء هناك. I have no water, but I can take you to water. He took her to the water. He said, هذا نهر العلقم اشربي. She was standing there looking left and right. And the man said, why don't you drink? You say you're thirsty. Sukaina responded, كيف أشرب وقد قتل أبي عطشان. Why would I drink water when my father Hussein was killed at Shahad? Allahu Akbar. Hamid ibn Muslim said, I look at her, I didn't know what to say. And then she looked at me the second time. She said, Ya Rajul, ayna tariqun Najaf? Where is the Najaf? I want to go to Najaf. So why do you want to go to Najaf? She responded, سمعت أن لنا حرما يقال له نجف. I heard we have a shrine called Najaf where my grandfather was buried. I want to go there and complain to my grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen salamullah alayh, about what happened to us. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Wa saya'lamu alladhina zalamu ayya munqalabin yanqalibun. Wal 'aqibatu lil muttaqin. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
Hussein, 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 حسین 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 نہ ہو کون خدا کرے دل سے غم حسین نہ ہو کون خدا کرے دل سے غم حسین نہ ہو غم خدا کرے دل سے غم حسین نہ ہو غم خدا کرے لے جاؤں میں لحد میں لحد میں لے جاؤں میں لحد میں یہی غم خدا کرے دل سے نشان حضرت عباس کی ضیا نشان حضرت عباس کی ضیا پہلے نشان حضرت عباس کی ضیا سارے جہاں پہ چھائے کہہ رہے تھے آپس میں سب لڑی ڈر کے کہہ رہے تھے آپس میں سب لڑی ڈر کے کہہ رہے تھے آپس میں سب لڑی عباس ہونا نہر پہ اکبر نے شے کے سامنے توڑا تھا جیسے دم اکبر نے شے کے سامنے توڑا تھا جیسے دم اکبر نے شے کے سامنے توڑا تھا جیسے دم کوئی پدر نہ دیکھے اکبر پلٹ کے آئے یہ صغرا کی تھی دعا پلٹ کے آئے یہ صغرا کی تھی دعا اکبر پلٹ کے آئے یہ صغرا کی تھی دعا پھر بھائی اور بہن ملے کرے دل سے غم حسین نہ ہو حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، زادہ علی سر بلند، فاطمہ عظیم و ارجمند، جس کے آستان پاک کے قدسیان عرش ہے غلام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، فاطمہ و فاطمہ آرزو قلب مصطفیٰ، جس کے لاڈلے حسن حسین، جس کی بیٹیاں فلک مقام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، کٹ رہا تھا پر کے شاہدی، چل رہا تھا خنجر لہی، پھر بھی آپ دیکھتی رہی، لٹ گئے حرم جلے خیام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ثانیہ جناب سیدہ، اللہ اللہ تیرا حوصلہ، خوب کی حفاظت حرام، باب قتل سید انام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، رتیب غم اٹھائے ہیں بہت، دل پہ داغ کھائے ہیں بہت، خود پہ ہے حسین کی بہن، ہو گئی مصیبتیں تمام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مادر حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مختار حسین تیرے نام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام، مختار حسین تیرے نام، رتیب آپ پر ستم ہوئے، مر گئی پہ در کا غم لیے، آئے جیت جی نہ چھٹ سکا، قید خانہ امیر شام، ہر درود اور ہر سلام،